What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be back to work on our 1966 Ford Mustang. So if you guys seen in the last video, we did get the entire frame built all the way back to the rear end. Now today we're gonna be focusing on building the front end. We need to start mocking up and seeing how we're gonna put the suspension on here. So I'm thinking we're gonna get some tubes and bend them out like this and build kind of like a front apron section. So let's go ahead and see how we're gonna do it. So here's the front suspension from the 2015 Mustang. If you guys remember, it does have air shocks or airbags in the front and the rear, so we are going to keep that so we can kind of lower and raise the car up if we go to like some car shows or something. So let's go ahead and get this on the lift and see how everything lines up. So we got the front suspension kind of just thrown up here, and as you can see right here, the lower controller mounts are lining up pretty good. We still have to do a lot more adjusting on it, so that's not permanent. But now we need to figure out how we're gonna make this front strut mount. What I'm thinking about doing is grabbing some tube and just bend it just in a 90-degree right here. So it'll come up and bend two of them, add a lot of gussets, and then cut out a custom bracket right here, because it's gonna be pretty simple. It's just like a triangle and then 3 bolt holes. So let's go ahead and get some tubing and get to bending. So here's the tubing we're gonna use, and we're gonna be using our Rogue Fab tubing bender. This thing is awesome. I'll go ahead and drop a link down below if you guys wanna copy one of these. This thing's done a lot of awesome bends on the front. It's really easy to use. So let's go ahead and slide the tube in and get to bending. So we have one side already bent. Now we're gonna go ahead and bend this side too, because we do need 2 of these. So let's go ahead and bend this side, and we'll probably cut it in half and see how we're gonna line it up on the car. So we got the tube bent on both sides. Now what we need to do is go ahead and cut it right down the center, and then we need to see exactly the height that we need it to be at. So let's go ahead and chop it in half. So we have both of them nice and cut. Now we need to go ahead and try to set up this suspension up a little bit better, just so we have a better understanding of where we need it and the height that we need it. So we got the front suspension all nice and lined up. We even threw on the fender and everything is looking good. Now we need to go ahead and see exactly how much we need to cut off this tube. So as you can see, we probably need around like that right there. And then we have 2 of them, so one of them is gonna go right here, and we have to slice it probably somewhere right there, and then it's gonna get welded directly to this. And then we'll weld the plate in the center that's actually gonna hold this on really nice and secure. So let's go ahead and measure this up and give both of them a cut. So we have both tubes nice and cut down to size, and now check this out. It's gonna go perfectly just like that, where we still need to move that clamp out of the way. And we are also gonna push this airlift suspension a little bit down so it would go right under this tube, because we don't want it interfering with this fender or any of that. So now we need to notch this area right here, because we are also going to be putting a tube that's gonna come from here like this, and then probably go around and then go to the back of the frame, so it makes everything nice and secure. So let's go ahead and notch this out. So we have both tubes nice and notched, and we also went ahead and cleaned off all the burrs off of there. Now we're gonna simply go ahead and tack weld it on just like that, just so we can start seeing exactly how this thing is gonna look. So let's go ahead and tack it on. So we have both of these two tubes right here tacked into place, but that's not their exact place. Right now we need to go ahead and start building the bar that's gonna come off the actual front right here, and it's gonna go just like that. And I'm not too sure how we're gonna do it back here. We're still thinking on that. Let's go ahead and start bending some tubes. So we have this piece nice and cut right here, and check this out. It fits perfectly onto there. We still have to do a little bit more cleaning, but now what we're gonna do is go ahead and make another bend that's gonna come down and actually go to the other frame rail. We are going to put another frame rail going along right here. That's gonna go all the way up there, and then we're gonna X-brace everything to make it really nice and strong. So let's go ahead and get. So we got the area marked out exactly where we need this bend, so let's go ahead and stick it in the tube bender. So we got the right side nice and on the car. As you can see, it goes all the way down like right here, and then these brackets come off there. We are gonna do a lot more reinforcing right here. This is just tacked on, so it's not really welded. too good. And I think we'll have some pretty good support here. As you can see, this comes down, and then we are gonna plate it with a nice piece of metal that's gonna go all the way up, and then we'll make the plate for the bolts right there. And then we'll probably put some more gussets or maybe another tube right here just to support this side really good so it doesn't like break when we're taking a corner or something. But now we need to go ahead and do exactly the same thing on that side. So we're gonna take all these tubes back off and basically replicate them for that side. So we got all 4 pieces made. Now we need to go ahead and put on both sides. We're just gonna tack weld both sides on because we still have to make a lot more bars in the front. We probably have to make one up here. And I'm not sure how we're gonna do the rear one. So let's go ahead and slap all these tubes on there, and then we'll see what else we have to do. So we got both sides nice and on, and check that out, it looks really good. We got this side all tacked up. We just tack welded everything for now. We will have to do a lot more cleanup work on there, make everything fit really good. But now we're gonna go ahead and test fit the fenders and see how they line up. Stand over there. So we got both fenders on the car. We kind of just laid them on there right now. I'm pretty sure we might have to lift the car up just a little bit because we are having a little bit of clearance issues down here. But we also don't want to make these bars too low because then we'll probably have some suspension issues down there. But check that out, we have good clearances right here. I was thinking we might have a problem right there with this bar right here and we'd have to cut that out and make a custom bracket, but it turns out it fits up perfectly. And all we all have to do for the fender is basically just make 2 brackets coming off just like that, which is gonna be really simple and really easy to do. And also over here, we are having some kind of, I don't really know how we're gonna do it there yet because we did bend that tube kind of down. If you can see it right there, we bent it kind of down right there, and I don't really like how that turned out because I think I bent it too early. Still learning how to use the tube bender, so I'm pretty sure we might have to just either notch this tube and probably throw another one going all the way across, and that's probably what the roll cage is going to actually bolt into or weld into so we can get everything nice and tightened up. Now what we're going to do is build another bar in the front right here, which is going to tie this area right here all together. So let's go ahead and measure it up and make another bar. So before we're going to build this front bar, we decided to go ahead and throw on this front fascia right here. As you can see, we kind of pushed everything back together because the car is wide at 3 inches, but it lines up pretty good. And we really wanted to see exactly where we want to make this bar because we kind of want to make it, you see how this goes a little bit out, it's like a point in the center, so we kind of want to point this out a little bit, kind of keep everything going there. And then the way we're going to widen it is going to be pretty simple. Just cut it right here down the center and just add some more material. So that's going to be pretty simple. So let's get this thing off and probably get another tube bent and notched in the front. So we have this bar nice and bent, and we also went ahead and notched it out. Let's see how it lines up in the front. So we're basically gonna set it somehow just like that. And then once we put the grill on, we can build brackets that come off like this and probably plate all of this in, because I want this engine bay to look really clean like some of those show cars have. So let's continue, let's go ahead and tack it together, get it in place, then we'll continue on moving on. So we got this front bar nice and welded in. It looks pretty cool up here, and it's gonna be awesome once we do put the grill back on there, and we kind of put like nice plates right here. We'll weld everything up, make it look really nice, and it's kind of give it that nice uniform look in the front with the grill. But now we basically have all of the tubes done in the front, and we kind of want to see where we're gonna put this turbo right here. We are going to do twin turbos, but I do have a theory. We might either put him up here in the front or somewhere in the back, kind of make him hidden so you can't see him, make it kind of a sleeper. But I think it might look better up here. So go ahead and drop your suggestions down below where we should put the turbos. And that is a pretty big important part of building the front end, because we need to make space for the turbos, adjust some tubes exactly where we want it so we can get the turbo sitting in there perfectly. But we did just get a call from the Goon Squad. They want us to go check out their brand new Trackhawk, so let's go check it out. So we just made it to the Goon Squad garage. We're about to check out their new build. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? Sick GTR, dude.
Oh shoot, my bad.
So what do you think, man?
Oh, it's pretty smashed, man. What'd you guys buy?
I don't know.
We got under here.
Honestly, we just bought it because we had a forklift to take it off the trailer.
This is pretty much the only reason why we bought it right there.
Supercharged. Dang, man. I remember you guys were always talking about getting one of these. Finally got one. This thing is...
Oh, you got the worst one we could find, honestly.
You got about half of one.
Nothing's a challenge for you anymore, so you know what?
Hey,
We just decided that instead of one overnighter, we're probably going to do about 2 or 3 of them.
2 or 3 overnighters. But hey, at least the Brembos are in good condition.
Yeah, they are until we like scuff one up on that side, but I mean, not a big deal.
Let's go ahead and check out some of this damage. So we got the A-pillar right here is a little bit crunched in. And then you got the roof.
The roof, what do you think about that? Replace the whole entire roof?
Yeah, just go ahead and replace it all.
Yeah, and then we got this, I don't know which is the worst, that part or is it? What is going to be the hardest to fix?
Probably up here. That's going to be most of the stress went right over there.
And this quarter panel, you think you just change the skin and probably some inner structures, because we did notice some stuff bent on the inside. But
yeah, this should just be a simple replace like we've done plenty of times. But yeah, this thing took a good whacking.
Yeah, it took a good whacking on the corner, and as you can see, this thing is actually pushed down a little bit, which I think everything's just pushed over.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, but the trunk lid does still open, which...
Hey, that's a good sign.
It's a good sign. You can just press this button, just watch your head, you might knock it off.
Check that out.
See, it still opens up.
So it is rebuildable after all.
It could not be.
How do you close it? Oh, like that?
You can do that as well right there.
Little workout sesh. Dang, son.
That's about it. When are we getting on frame?
As soon as you guys get the parts ordered, we'll get this thing on the frame, a couple all-nighters, and then we'll get it done. All right, we're gonna head back to the shop. See you later. Go ahead and take that Ferrari too.
Go ahead.
See you later, guys. So we are back here at the shop. We checked out the Trackhawk. That thing is pretty sick. It is kind of clapped, but I think we'll be able to knock it out. Be a pretty cool collab between us. But if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and also don't forget to copy some merch at vTuned.com. Support the channel, support awesome, cool builds, and also follow us on Instagram at vTuned. Thanks for watching.